Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Governor Hochul, third paragraph, second sentence in your written testimony, you said New York State cooperates with U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement in criminal cases. Governor, who's Jesus Romero Hernandez?
Thank you. I want to reaffirm that we do cooperate in cases where...
That wasn't the question. I just read your statement. I can read your statement. Who is Jesus Romero Hernandez?
I don't have the details on every
I'll
single
tell ya.
person in the state of 20 million people.
I understand, but this guy's a citizen of Mexico, deported 7 times, came to your state, assaulted one of your residents with a machete, choked a police officer, then when he was in custody, assaulted a corrections officer. ICE finds out this guy is in your state's custody, and they send you a detainer. You're familiar with a detainer, right?
Yes, I am.
Notice of action, immigration detainer to Tompkins County Jail from Syracuse Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. Section 1, they check a couple boxes. The first one they check is a final order of removal against the alien has taken place. That means a court has said this guy needs to go. This machete-wielding, cop-choking, corrections officer assaulting guy needs to go. Then they also check another box and they say biometric confirmation of who this individual is, this alien's identity. So they got the right guy, and a court has said he needs to go. Any idea what Tompkins County Jail decided to do with that detainer order?
I will tell you this, the state of...
it's a specific question.
Well, I'm
what
telling you-
did Tompkins County do?
the descriptions you have put forth are absolutely chilling and disturbing and
course they are.
reprehensible to all of us. My job is to protect the
Which is why
people
I'm
of New
asking the
York.
question. What
And
did Tompkins County do?
What I have responsibility
I will
for
tell you,
are
since you're not going to
state
answer,
courts,
we
state
cannot
police.
and will not hold Mr. Hernandez.
Yeah.
We can't keep the machete guy who had choked a police officer and assaulted a corrections officer. We can't keep him. In fact, we have the back and forth from Tompkins County and ICE on January 28th of this year, 8:56 p.m. Tompkins County tells ICE, we're not going to hold this guy. 7 minutes later, ICE responds back, we will be there to take custody this evening. 24 minutes later, Thompson County reiterates, we're not going to have him. We're not going to turn him over. 10:45. ICE arrives at the jail. 1 hour and 18 minutes later, and guess what? Mr. Hernandez is not there. They couldn't wait 1 hour and 18 minutes for a guy who assaulted one of your residents with a machete, choked a police officer, and then when in custody, assaulted corrections officers. That is sanctuary policy in a nutshell, and that is what your state supports, and so do these other governors. That is what is so wrong, why the American people hate this concept.
You're conflating what the state of New York does is I control state police and prisons. We have turned over 1,300 people.
So you disagree with it?
We turn over
Did the sheriff
1,300
make the wrong
people.
call?
Those are local policies that we would not have done in the state of New York. State of New York, that is
So
a
you're
local
saying the sheriff's
decision.
wrong?
I would say this, if it happened in a state prison, we have already turned over 1,300 people.
Sheriff
in
in
fact,
Tompkins County,
I
a
want to say
Democrat or
this.
Republican, Governor?
There
Hochul?
have
You have
been
any idea?
times, excuse
The
me,
sheriff in Thompson County, a Democrat or Republican?
excuse me, there have
No,
been
excuse
times
me, I
when-
ask the questions, you give the
Well, I'm
answers. Is he a
asking
Democrat or
for a
Republican?
second.
You know?
I'm asking for this moment to explain that I'm sometimes waiting
I'm
for
asking,
ICE
is he
to
a
come
Democrat
pick
or
up
Republican,
people.
and do you agree with the
believe
actions
he's a
he
Democrat.
took? Do you agree with the actions he took? How about that question?
They are in conflict with what the state of New York would do.
Well, maybe they're scared. By the way, he is a Democrat sheriff. Maybe the county guys are a little scared because you said this. I'm quoting from, it looks like the New York Times. We all know you can trust them. This is last month, May 25th. You said we have some counties that are renegade counties and work with ICE. Maybe they're nervous of being called a renegade county by their governor. So the Democrat sheriff says, we're not going to keep the machete-wielding, cop-choking, corrections officer assaulting guy. We're not going to keep him here for you to get here. We can't even wait an hour and 18 minutes. Oh, you know what else was interesting in this case? You know what else was interesting? There was actually an arrest warrant from the United States District Court, Northern District of New York, signed by Judge Wiley Danks, magistrate from Syracuse. There was an arrest warrant, and they still couldn't keep him.
The state of New York cooperates. We cooperate in removal of individuals who've served time. We respond to detention. You're confusing, and maybe there's a lesson in civics
will
here
you
that's
say on the
necessary.
record right here, I got 12 seconds. Will you say on the record, was Tompkins County wrong in the actions they took on January 25th 2025, when they wouldn't hold the guy for 1 hour and 18 minutes. Was
Those are not the
County
policies
wrong?
that we would have in the state of
No,
New York. Those are not the policies we would have in a.
Were they wrong? Should they have turned that guy over to ICE? It's a simple question, Governor.
That was a horrible situation. The person should not have been out there. And
it's a horrible situation, but it's a yes or no question.
It is a response that this is a locality.
Do you agree or
disagree? In the
disagree?
state of New York,
Agree or
the person
disagree?
should have been held.
Yes or no?
The person should have been held, and in the state of New York, we would have turned him over. That is in conflict with what we would do as a state with respect to prison. And I want to know why ICE won't come and pick up the individuals who have served time in our state. I have cases where they have not even shown
Governor,
up.
a court order and a detainer for a guy who did the things Mr. Hernandez did, and Tompkins County can't hold him an hour and 18 minutes, and you won't say that's wrong?
I have said we cooperate when there's a criminal case where someone has committed a crime. We turn them over.
This is sanctuary policy in a nutshell. You won't even condemn something that anyone with common sense knows is ridiculous.
You're mischaracterizing the
Chair.
laws of the state
I had
of
the
New York.
facts here.
That's
Can I do one other thing, Mr. Chairman? Now he's been rearrested, and guess what? This guy who's now been rearrested, there is imminent danger that this inmate will do injury to himself and to others and presents a threat to safety, security, and good order of the facility, so he's not permitted to leave his cell. So this guy's not even allowed out of his cell, but they let him out on the street a few months ago. That's how ridiculous this is.
When he does leave his cell, it'll go back to his country under our orders for deportation.
Chair recognizes Mr. Mfume, and I'll give you an extra minute.
Well, some interesting theatrics today. Welcome, everyone, to the Oversight reality TV show. I know Mr. Trump loves himself some good TV, and today is not disappointing. And in fact, I want to say welcome to some of the members who've showed up to this committee who I've never seen here before. It's great to have you here in the hearing room with us. Now, before I get started on the topic at hand, I want to take a moment to speak directly to the immigrant community who might be watching and listening today. I want to say to everyone out there who is living in fear, we see you, we love you, we respect you, and we are fighting for you and every community that is being targeted by this administration and this Congress. We also want all of you out there to know that you have rights. You are protected by the law, and you should not have to live in fear and wonder whether or not you're going to be safe if you leave your home or if your family is going to come home at night. We see you. We are fighting for you. You have rights. Now, let's turn to the situation in California, which, of course, much of this hearing has focused on. As someone from a Marine veteran family, let me be clear. Marines are combat troops. They are highly trained, highly disciplined, lethal fighting force combat troops. And they should never, never be deployed against the American people who are exercising their constitutional rights. This is a gross and disgusting abuse of power. A disgusting abuse of power by fake tough guys who think that they can intimidate our communities while taking away their rights. And this is from the same man who dodged the draft and called our military service members suckers and losers. That's your commander-in-chief. And here, these folks here and the president want to say they're for our military and our veterans while they're illegally deploying service members, violating state sovereignty, gutting the VA, firing generals and lifelong service members. And you all want to sit in here and play like you're with the military and the American people while Donald Trump is planning to spend $45 million of your hard-earned taxpayer dollars on a fake military parade this Saturday that they can't even fill, that they put a super PAC ad on Craigslist to recruit citizens of the city of Washington, D.C. to go stand in the parade route. Congratulations, it's made for TV. But this is serious because this is an abuse of power. So I want to read a list of grievances: obstructing the administration of justice, refusing to assent to the laws for the public good, sending swarms of officers to harass our people, keeping standing armies without consent of our legislatures, transporting Americans overseas to be tried for pretend offenses. Mr. Chairman, I wonder, do you know where these offenses come from? No? Aw, that's too bad. Because it's actually the Declaration of Independence. That's right. It's the Declaration of Independence. And my colleagues across the aisle might want to bone up on that in the U.S. Constitution before they go attacking our communities, especially as we head into the 4th of July holiday and celebrate our independence from an abusive and mad king. Because here in America, there are no kings. And we reject people who believe they are. And no one is above the law, and we will hold them accountable. But I think it's very clear today, and I think it's been borne out by every witness that we have here, that what Donald Trump is doing is not only an abuse of power, an abuse of the military, an abuse of our citizens, but also, y'all should know this, while you're sitting here creating this made-for-TV moment, that 2/3 of Americans, according to the polling yesterday, are opposed to what Donald Trump is doing with both immigration and the deployment of the military in our communities. It's wrong, it's immoral, it's illegal, and it's a violation of our rights. And with that, I yield back.
Representative Melanie Stansbury is absolutely correct. These oversight hearings are nothing more than a chance for Republicans to show their loyalty to Trump and to get publicity. These hearings used to be boring. Politics in general used to be boring. Unfortunately, Democratic politics still generally is boring. And if we're going to get the sort of traction the MAGA right has, we need to push for actual progressive policies. See, saving Medicaid is vital. But Medicare for All is exciting. Protecting Social Security, that's vital. Increasing contributions for the highest earners, that's exciting. We desperately need something to galvanize us right now because hope is hard to find. Zoran Mamdani's New York mayoral primary campaign is show how much energy real progressive policies bring. Here's hoping that on the 24th, establishment Democrats get a taste of what they can expect from other young leftist primary challengers going forward.